Right. Good evening, everyone. You are able to watch my screen. Okay. So yesterday we started working with variables. Now we are going for again the different types of variables, right? We discussed value type variable, list type variables, arrays. We'll see when we start working with Excel application. Then we'll come to know the rows and columns. That time we can easily understand. I'm going for random string. I would like to generate 5 characters, and I'm going for another random numbers between 1000 to 2000. So 2 random variables I have defined. One is 5 strings, another one is number between 1000 to 2000. Yeah. Random numbers, we don't need to pass any input. It will generate the dynamic value and show it to the user. Now go to message box here. Random number. Random text. We are going to run this bot. It will just generate some random number and a random string. Some dynamic values will be generated. Let's say I want to generate this random numbers 3 values. Means multiple. When you say multiple, you must use the loop. How many times you want to generate? 3 times. Select the loop and keep this message box inside of this, so that this command will be executed 3 times. Comment will never execute. You want to enter some comment information, double click on this, enter some other information if required. Now we'll go for run this bot. This is the number and the string, random string generated. Again some other number like this. So when you want to go for generate some random numbers, there won't be any logic or something like that. Some dynamic numbers and text will be generated. It will be useful mainly for the security point of view. No sequence for this over here. Okay. So that is three types of variables we have discussed here. So in all these our examples, we started using the if statement and then working with the loop, right? Let's say we have one file here. Let me open our syllabus sheet so that we'll come to know what is happening and where we are right now. Now we are going for Excel operations. Variables, if statement, loops is a continuation process. In every example we are going to use. Okay, every example we are going to use here. No, Ganesh, we don't call it as a class. Class is a different word, right? We call it as a bot. We'll always call this as a bot. Let's say we have Excel here. I would like to read the data from this Excel sheet. Let's say this Excel is having following information. Customer number, name, amount. Save this file. Now I would like to read this data from Excel. We have a data in Excel. I wanted to read this data from Excel into our variables. Excel into our variables. So I'm going to define one variable here, L underscore customer names. Okay. So whenever we are going to work with Excel, we have to use this application Excel. This command will be used for all our Excel operations. Select this. There is open spreadsheet, close spreadsheet, and after open get cells. When you are going to get a cell, it's going to ask me you want to read single cell, or you want to read multiple cells, or you want to get all the cells. Okay. And if you want to move to the particular cell, you can move. You want to delete, you want to save spreadsheet, you want to make some search, you want to find some string on your Excel and replace it, activate any new sheet, You want to write some value into the sheet, and you want to execute in any Excel macros. Excel macros is a formula in Excel sheets that if you want to execute, you can execute. So here, if you select any command, there is a common column called session name. This option always, every command we have this, right? We look at session name. So session name is mainly for every Excel. The moment when you open one Excel, one session will be prepared internally. Internally, one session will be prepared. By using the session name only, we will be following the remaining operations. It will never ask you the Excel path every time. Only at the time of open, it will ask you the spreadsheet path, means name of the Excel, and whatever the session name you are given for your Excel file, same name will be used in all the commands. Wherever you are referring, session name will be used. For example, you are working with 3 Excel sheets, 3 different Excel sheets, then definitely we required 3 session names. Okay. So I am going to have the session name as customer, and I would like to open my spreadsheet. Where is your spreadsheet? In C drive, Excel. This is our spreadsheet. And in this Excel, again, you want to go to the particular sheet. If there are multiple sheets, sheet 1 and sheet 2, in case you want to work with a particular sheet, that name also you can specify. If we don't specify, what happened? Default, whatever is active, present, that sheet will be considered. Whatever default is there, that will be considered. I'm going to mention here sheet 1. Is your Excel is having the header information? Yes, I have the headers, right? Number, name, and amount. Header is there. So I'm going to specify that yes, headers are there. Do you want to load any add-ins? Add-ins are nothing but in some projects, after view, there will be a like BI publisher, Excel macros, like that. Some additional features will be added into your options. In that scenario, it will be used. That scenario, it will be used. Okay. So that time we'll be using the add-ons. Otherwise, we can leave it. Next, advanced view. When I go for advanced view, do you have any spreadsheet here? Password. If you have any password to open and to modify, enter that. I don't have any passwords for my Excel. Directly I can open it. Open read-only recommended spreadsheets. If at all you want to go for read-only, then we will be using this. Okay. Rajendra Prasad, please enter your doubt in the chat window, in the doubts window, so that I can read and print them. So first we have opened the spreadsheet. After we open, I want to read the data. Customer names I want to read. Okay. How many customer names are there? 4 customer names. So there are 4 customer names. Let me create a variable here. Okay, already variable we have already created a variable here, right? So go to your loops. There is a loop only for Excel. Each row in Excel data set. I don't know how many columns are there, how many rows are there in Excel. There are only 5 right now, maybe 100, maybe 10,000, maybe 2 lakhs records are there. I don't know how many records are there, but my loop will find each row. For each row, this loop will be executed. So how many times this loop is going to be executed depends on the number of rows in your Excel. Depends on the number of rows in our Excel. Each row in Excel data set. And it's going to ask me what is the session name of your Excel sheet. It will not ask me the Excel file name. It's going to ask me the session name. What is your session name? Just now we have changed. That name we have to use. You are using session name, which indirectly you are using the Excel sheet name. Indirectly you are using the Excel sheet name. So now the loop is starting. Before that, we have to get all the information from the Excel, get cells and session name. I'm going to get all the cells. Before we open the loop, we have to get all the cells information. Now this is very important. We have to read. When this command will be executed by the task means task bot, the result will be fetched in the memory and can be accessed using the system variable called Excel column index within the loop for each row in Excel data set. So what the meaning of this command is, you are trying to read all the cells information from the Excel into memory. So the moment when this command is executed, your data will be fetched from Excel into the memory, not in Excel. Your data is available in the memory. From the memory, how can you access into your variables? There is a system variable called Excel column index. This system variable we have to use to access your data within the loop. That variable also is valid within the loop. Our loop is already available here. So within the loop we have to use it. So first I have opened the spreadsheet and I have read the data into our memory and I started the loop and I just wanted to show the message. Go to message box here within the loop and press F2. What is the system variable? Excel. Excel column. Excel column. Excel column of which column you want? Second column. Rajendra, I have already clearly mentioned that. Please enter your doubt in chat window so that I can read and explain you. Fine. Save. Excel 6 AM first example. So what I am trying to do here is I am going to open the spreadsheet and I am going to read all the data into my memory. Then I am going to open the loop. What this loop will do, it will be executed for each row in Excel data set. Okay, and it's trying to show the message. Which column you are looking for right now? Second column. Second column you are going to read. Excel column, read. Second column you are going to read it. So let me close the Excel here. Now open this and run the bot. First what it will do, it will open the Excel. Then it will read all the Excel information into memory. Now you got error message. An error occurred at line number 1, Excel. There is nothing problem here in Excel line number 1. Let me check this. We just given valid path also, session name. There is a problem with your this copy is not activated, is it? Yes, session 2 sessions is not required. In the same session, you can activate the second one. You can activate second sheet and go for read the data. You don't require 2 sessions for same Excel sheet. So what you can do is there is another command activate sheet and you can move into the same session. You can move on the same session. Yeah. Let me check without this and run this, but it seems my Microsoft Excel is not properly working. It seems that at the time of open there is some issue with the Excel. Now I am able to read customer names. This right, and here I have mentioned clearly there is a heading. If I uncheck this checkbox, save it. Now it's going to start with this particular column. Earlier I mentioned headers are available. That's why it's not going to read the heading. If you don't mention that checkbox, it will read from the first column. From the first column itself, it will go for it. I am able to read only the customer names because inside of the loop, I have mentioned only second column. For example, if I mentioned third, which data we will get now? I have mentioned 3 index, means amount. You are going to get the amount into this. Save this, but now execute. Okay, so that's an amount we are going to specify. Yes, Shruti, data is read in the memory from Excel. Yes, exactly. We don't have that option, Shruti. The moment when you read, all the data comes into our memory. So maximum memory allocated for that. Maximum memory will be allocated for that. Yes, Shashi, please enter your doubt in the chat window so that I can read and explain it. And Saddam, yeah, if you want to have a problem with that error, make sure that open the Excel and do it. Yeah, that is your MS Office installation problem, not from the automation anywhere. Okay. Fine. This is how to read the data from Excel. So what I have done is get cells command I have used. 3 options are there. Get single cell, get multiple cells, get all cells. Single cell means it is very simple. It's going to ask you which cell value you want to read. Active cell means where your cursor is present. Or you want to read specific cell value, you can select that specific cell value and get into some variables. Only one value can access. And get multiple cells means you can mention from which cell to which cell, so that values will be read. That also same, it will be fetched into the memory and can be accessed using the system variable Excel column index. And again you have to use the loop. You have to go for use the loop. Multiple means loop is mandatory. Single means it will not allow you, it will not ask you the loop. So directly value comes into the variable and go ahead with the reading. Go ahead with reading this options. That is get cells. Okay. So whenever you want to go for it, then it will be used. Right. Now we'll go for write the set cell values. When we want to write some values into the Excel. So my requirement is I want to read all my customer names and write into the sheet 2 here. I want to write into sheet. So what we will do is I'll go for new part so that you can understand. So whenever we want to work with any Excel, first Excel sheet should be open. Without open spreadsheet, we cannot perform the action. We must open the Excel. mention the session name, spreadsheet path. You want to include this header, then go for uncheck this, otherwise we can check this. Then we have to read the data first. Get cells, get all cells, session name. The moment when we read, we should open the loop, because multiple means we must go for loop. It will take care of the number of records. You don't need to worry how many records are there, 5 or 10 or 1000, it doesn't matter. The loop will take care, because the loop will be executed for each row in your Excel. Okay. So now we are going to read this data. Next, what is our task? We want to move into the sheet 2. Reading is done. You got the data into your memory. Then we want to move into the sheet 2. For that, what we will do is we will use the Excel command activate sheet. Okay. Before the loop, I wanted to activate, because within the loop means every time it will try to activate. It's not required for us. One time we'll go for activate. Go to activate the sheet, session name, which sheet you want to activate. There is option sheet by index, sheet by name. If you mention second sheet also fine, because sheet 2 is the index is 2. Or you can mention sheet by name also. What is the name of the sheet right now? Sheet 2. Sheet 2 is the name. So we can go to the particular sheet by index, or we can go to the particular sheet by the name. Right now I am mentioning the name of the sheet. Okay. So before the loop, I am going to activate the sheet, and inside of the loop, I am going to write our Excel value. Excel, what is our task? We want to write a value into the sheet. Set cell. Already we got a data, and we are writing the data into the sheet, a sheet cell. Wherever cursor is present, there I want to write. What is your cell value? Whatever we have in our variable Excel column of 2. It means customers' date names we are going to write into the active cell. Okay. Now save this. And run this bot. Now it's going to write the customer names in the active cell. But what happened right now? All the customer names are writing in the same cell. What is our task? Once one customer name is written here, it should go down. Okay. The moment once you write your customer name, you have to mention that the control should go to the next Excel sheet, next cell. So what we will do is, after we writing, then another command, go to cell, session name, one cell below. So that what happened? First it will write a customer name, and one cell will be down. Again loop, it will go back. Second customer name, one cell below. Again go back. Third customer name, one cell below. Like that, it's going to be right. Now it's going to write the customer name here, and then we are going with this. So any doubts here? You are not able to understand any of this command. First we'll open the spreadsheet, get cell information into memory, activate sheet 2, and loop will be started. It will write the value into the Excel, and one cell below. Again it will go back, write Excel and one cell below. Like this it will keep on going. So any doubts here? Yes. Next, Kiran, if we want to read all the columns, what should be mentioned? You have to use the loop, Kiran. We'll discuss now. Right now, I have written only customer names. So we want to enter customer number, name, and amount. I'll tell you now. Narendra Nath. What is the option if we want to specify up to 1 to 25 data items? You have to restrict the loop and exit. Your requirement is you want to write 25 customer names. After that, you want to exit. So you can go for write a condition. Once you reach the 25 values, you can exit. Yes, Srikant, we are going to read the values dynamically. Yes, we can read, not a problem. We cannot use the normal loop for Excel, Shruti. We must use the Excel loop only. Each row in Excel that we have to use it. Yes, Ritish, Shivaprasad, can I design data which is written? No, header will be only one time. First only header. After that, no question. Yes, Ritish, I am going to send you all these files as a reference. Yes, you will be receiving that files also. You can download into your system and go for practice. Shiv Prasad, you are asking something time format. I don't think so. It is related to the Excel. Yes, Ravindra, comparison is there. You can use string function. Will come in the next example. Yes, you can create an Excel sheet, Ganesh. If you want, your doubt is like, can we create an Excel sheet? There is an option here, files and folders. And you have the option here, create a file. We'll talk about that later. Right now, already file is there that I am trying to do some operations. Okay, fine. So now the requirement is we want to read all these 3 columns. We want to read all these 3 columns and we want to write here. So here we have to use inner for loop also. First we have to go for read one by one here, and then we have to write the data into the active sheet. Yeah, how many columns are there here? 3 columns: customer number, customer name, and amount. So now I'm going to write a new bot so that you can easily understand the reason why I'm defining the new bot is you will come to know how to perform it. First, to open the spreadsheet. And then read the data from Excel. Get all cells. Then we are going to use the for loop. Before that, we will activate the second sheet. Last time what I have done by using the sheet name. Now I am going for index. When I say index, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. There are 3. This obviously it comes as a sheet. So number 2. So you can go for sheet by index or you can go for sheet by name. Then we must use the loop, and we can't define our own loop here. For other purpose we can define 3 loops. 3 times the loop will be executed. Within that I am using my loop. Except. Okay. So here what I am trying to do is I am going to write same logic. Excel, set cell, session name, and cell value. Excel column of here it's going to ask me which column number or variable. Okay. So I'm going to enter here, it is 1. Save this. Okay. But I don't want only the column 1 means what happened? It will read only first column. After completion of the first column, it has to go for again second column and right. Then it has to go for third column. So here right now what you have done, you mentioned only one column, column 1. This number should be changed 1, 2, 3 like that. So that's why what I am doing is I am going to create one variable here, L underscore count. Variable value is 0. Initially variable value is 0. Then inside of the loop I am going to assign the value for variable. Variable operation is there here. I'll mention that variable value equal to variable plus 1. You are incrementing the variable value. Now what happened? First loop will be started. What will be the value of the variable? 0 plus 1 means 1. Then it will start the for loop for Excel, and it's going to take, instead of 1, what I'll do is I will use the variable here. I will use the variable. What is the value of variable right now? 1 only. Okay. So it will write all the values of first column into your Excel, and it will exit from inner loop, and it will come back again. It will go to the starting of the loop. So how many times you told? 3 times. Already 1 time is completed. Second time again count equal to count plus 1. Again 1 will be added. This time second column it will take, and it will write the value. This is a loop within the loop. Now the same problem what we have faced earlier. So what's the issue? Once you write a value, you are not moving into the next cell. So it will keep on writing on the same cell. It will keep on writing on the same cell. So what I am trying to do is now, after you write the value, then you should move into the next cell. Go to cell. One cell below. Still will get some problem. Let's see. Okay. While saving this Excel, your cursor was here. That's why it's going to write from here. But actually our requirement is we want to write from the A1. Okay. So we can mention that after we activate sheet 2, I can hard code the value, go to the particular cell called A1. So it doesn't matter where your cursor is there. It will always go to the A1 before the loop. Before the loop, your cursor will be on A1. But again, still problem is there. Once it write the first column, once first column is completed, the second column should be written from here. Okay. So once you write here, what you have to do, you have to go to the right side and starting of the column. You have to go to the starting of the column. Okay. So go to your loop. See here. This is your inner for loop. For every column it will be executed. Once first column is done, then take the Excel, go to cell, one cell right, fine. One cell right means where your cursor comes from here to here. And again we have to go to the beginning of the column. Again one more command here, go to cell, beginning of the column. After writing the first column, after writing this all loop will write the data into the first column. Then you are telling to go to right side, go to beginning of the column, and again start the second. That's right. Now this is perfect. So what I am trying to do is, there are 3 columns, right? So what I have done, 3 times I wanted to write the data, and I created my variable because we want to change the column number dynamically. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3 columns, and it has to write data into this option. Write the data here, column 1. After we write, it has to go to the right side and beginning of the row, beginning of the column, sorry. So once you write the first column, then go to one cell right and beginning of the column, and it will go back, increase the variable value, second column, and variable value is substituted here. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, you are using the value dynamically. Dynamically, you are changing the value. Right. So, any doubt here in this spot? Yes, Ravindra, can we run 2 bot at a time? You can run in multiple systems, not in the same system. Yes, Roshan, that comes in the next class with conditions. Next class, we are going to discuss same Excel examples with conditions. Yes, Ganesh, you can call this bot from some another bot, reusable. Yeah, we'll come up with the meta bot later. We don't have any functions for automation anywhere, it is that. Okay. Yes, Srikanth, your doubt is in our Excel we mentioned 3 columns, right? For example, what Srikanth is telling, I don't know how many columns are there here. You have to count it. So we have to count it. You have to write another logic, how many columns are there. First, you have to find how many columns are there, or we can write a if statement. We can write a if statement. If the value has comes as null, then it comes exit. If you don't find any column value, you can go for exit. So here I mentioned 3 times because this loop will be executed for 1 column, but actually I have 3 columns. So within the loop, I have written this inner for loop. So it will keep on, right? And how will you move from first column to second column? Variable I have declared count equal to count plus 1, and I have used this count variable. Here it is, right? Right. So generally columns will be fixed. Rows are dynamic in the data real time. Columns will never change. Rows today there are 4 rows. Tomorrow there may be 100 like this. Okay, but columns are same. Columns will be 3 columns only. But still, if there is a requirement, there are some number of columns. Then what you have to do is you have to find first how many columns are there. How will you find? You can count it. You can count the columns first, and then go for find that. Okay. Yes, Ravindra. In automation anywhere, you can write the data cell by cell. Your doubt is, can't we copy the entire data from sheet 1 to sheet 2 instead of reading cell by cell? That is not possible in automation anywhere, because in automation anywhere, it will work based on the cell by cell options. If at all you want to do that, you have to write a script. I'll show you in VB script. This is one of the example in the real time. When we have some huge data, you want to copy the entire data from one Excel to another Excel. Then if you are doing like this, it's a time taken. Definitely it will take time. Instead of that, you can write a VB script. In VB script, what you can do is you can copy the entire data at a time and you can paste it in one Excel. But automation anywhere will go based on the Excel. It will go based on the Excel cell column. If you look at the commands, all are based on the cell only, not the entire sheet copy paste options. Any other doubts? Yes, Visual Basic VBA codes, VB script we can call and write. Yes, Bharati, please contact Mr. Naresh. You have the number, right? 709339062. He will provide you the previous sessions. I think previous sessions you can access from YouTube. Last two classes already uploaded into the YouTube. You can access from our channel. In fact, today also you will see that. Today's session also you will see in that area. This is 20 hours ago. It means maybe yesterday that we have done. Fine. Fine, guys. Let's practice this. Tomorrow we'll go with some more examples. Tomorrow some more example. Yes, Animesh, you please contact regarding the entire software, files, installation, everything Mr. Naresh will provide. He is the training coordinator. He'll provide you everything. Okay, how to do it. Still, it's not clear. I can help you. And tomorrow we'll be doing some more examples with Excel. How to write the conditions in Excel. How to apply string operations in Excel. Okay, so that examples we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay, thank you. So tomorrow meeting ID will be changed. Our demo sessions are completed 3 days. So tomorrow meeting ID will be changed. Please enroll to the course by talking with Mr. Naresh so that he will share you the meeting ID. Okay, thank you. Yes, Karthik, he will provide you the material. We will provide you the sufficient soft copy. Mr. Naresh will share you the complete PDF documents, which are more than enough to get for interviews as well as in the project also. That's more than sufficient. He will provide you. Okay. Fine. Thank you. Let's see you on the same time tomorrow with a different meeting ID. Thank you.